Wits.
2 months ago, an open letter was published to the Minister of Trade and Industry, Rob Davis, following a back and forth between the National Assembly and the Publishers Association of South Africa. Since 2018, the National Assembly has been trying to pass the Copyright Amendment Bill, but they were unable to do so due to a lack of sufficient votes. The Department of Trade and Industry argues that the bill will protect authors, composers, artists, and professionals in the publishing sector, as well as improve access to educational material and address the lack of formalization in the creative industry. Today we'll find out if the bill will indeed benefit individuals in the creative industry, as argued by the Department of Trade and Industry. Joburgtv is at Indibano, the third encounter, a talk which will address how the Copyright Amendment Bill will affect those in the creative industry.
So the Indibano as a whole came about when I was a student last year, well, I'm still one, and I saw the need between, bridging the gap between those emerging and those that are in the industry already. Academic spaces don't really teach young people what is happening out there, so I thought, well, this is an opportunity to bring people together and let's have these free of charge encounters for young people. What I pray and hope to gain from these talks is that we have a space for young people to come together, because exploitation is a real thing in our industry, and I really hope that young people can get to a point where they feel safe in these spaces. We've had people who have openly spoken about the conditions in the industry, which is like a hooray for me, because now they've seen that this is a safe space for them. So going forward, I would like to see it being more safer and for more young people to come through. We really don't have a marketing team, no funding, so anyone out there can probably reach out. Thank you so much for having me.
So I first got wind of the bills in 2012. Saga had just become a member of BEER, the International Federation for Actors. And the first time I realized that there could be ways for actors to earn royalties or residuals or whatever for their work. International Actors Federation. It is the global body of all actors, unions and guilds and associations around the world. So there are two bills currently. The one is the Copyright Amendment Bill, and the other one is the Performance Protection Amendment Bill. So the Performance Protection Amendment Bill is actually that's our bill as actors. I mean, that is created specifically for us. The Copyright Amendment Bill has many provisions that Jason and Riyadh are talking about, resolution. So if there's an argument or a dispute around the use of the image and whether people are owed money, there's actually a mechanism for you to be able to deal with that dispute so that it doesn't have to go into large legislative issues and courts and those kinds of things. The other thing that it makes provision for is for collective management. So a CMO is a collective management organization which basically collects money for the use of work.
What this new legislation is saying is you will no longer face potential criminal action for copying anything for personal use. What we've been seeing, if you go to the cinema, is piracy, copying is stealing. What those of us with my political inclination are saying is actually sharing is caring.
So the greatest difficulty that comes with the current PPAB, Performance Protection Amendment Bill, is as a performer, from whatever capacity, as a voice of an artist, an actress, even the very components of being a producer, to see your work being commercialized and monetized and a profit being made off of it, knowing that you don't receive or reap any rewards of your labor other than the core rate that you got. that could be 1,000 rand a day. And I say it a lot in my talks that people don't understand. When you see a face on every channel, on every show, it's not primarily because they're greedy or they want a big piece of the performance pie, but it's primarily because I could shoot 30 episodes in 5 days for 1,000 rand a day.
But when you look at the theme of sharing knowledge and how we are trying to assist each other to connect with the fourth industrial revolution, there's a lot more we have to do in terms of making information accessible. And certainly that's one of the big themes that came out for me today. The big concern, however, is we have no indication as yet if the president is ready to sign the bills. There are very strong lobbying efforts that are taking place currently, and a lot of these efforts are being led by international organizations that have financial interests in making sure that the bills are not passed. Some of these efforts are being supported by South African companies, organizations and proxies.
The proposed bill will for the first time take actors into consideration instead of using laws that are suitable for musicians and other creatives. Considering that South Africa is moving towards the fourth industrial revolution, actors are concerned as to why a bill formed in 1967 hasn't changed much. The unemployment rate in South Africa rose to 27.6% in 2019 from 27.1% in the previous period. If the proposed bill isn't passed, creatives will struggle to survive, which will further lead to an increase in unemployment. I'm David Mbeha for Joburgtv.